Suze Orman, and some recent remarks about Social Security, along with AI, otherwise known as artificial intelligence. I do want to discuss and break down what she recently mentioned about SSA, as well as how I do agree with her that AI, artificial intelligence, will massively disrupt Social Security in the coming years. Let's get into it and talk through the details. Now, first off, do you know who Suze Orman is, or a lot of times called Suze Orman? Well, she's a lot like a Dave Ramsey now. She's a financial expert. She talks a lot about finances and personal finance and can you afford this or should you buy that or all these different things like this, by the way. If you've watched her show at any point, it's actually a little bit entertaining. It's kind of funny. She kind of yells at people sometimes and they're like, yeah, I want to go and buy a Ferrari. I earn $50,000 a year. And she's like, no, you absolutely cannot buy a Ferrari. So anyway, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's actually kind of funny. But anyway, she's a lot like a Dave Ramsey, and I think all of us know who Dave Ramsey is. But either way, they talk about personal finance. But recently in her podcast show, she did talk about Social Security a little bit, and she was referring to AI, artificial intelligence. Now, really quickly here, let me just talk about AI for just a second. I'm pretty sure most of you at least have a pretty general concept of what AI is, but let me just talk about this really fast here. Basically what it is very, very sophisticated, very, very smart computers, technology, robotics, automation, basically things that are taking over like humans' jobs, right? I mean, it's literally just like doing a bunch of things that humans can do, but yet they do it instantly, whereas it takes humans like days, hours, weeks, or months to do, and they do it instantly. So, I mean, AI is very, very powerful, and just in the last couple of years here, it has been taking over in a huge, huge way, right? Automation, sophisticated computers. I mean, look around. We already see this implementing in our economy and out there in the real world in a lot of different ways, right? Well, this is kind of the concern that's out there. Now, I want to pop something up on the screen for you. So let's just show this article right now. You can kind of follow along if you want to, but it's kind of an article that I do want to refer to. But this is where she's talking about this whole AI thing and Social Security. Now, you might be thinking, but wait, does like AI, is that going to like take over Social Security? No, that's not what we're referring to. And again, I do want to say this much as well. I do agree with Suze Orman that yes, AI will disrupt Social Security in a massive way unless they do something about this, as in new laws, new taxes, whatever it happens to be, whatever they determine. I don't know what it's going to be, but they'll have to figure something out because, yes, this is going to disrupt the economy, and it's going to disrupt Social Security massively in the coming years. And you can see right here in this article as well, apparently they're predicting very high unemployment by the year 2030. Well, that's only like 5 years from now. That's not very long at all from right now by the time they're suggesting this. But how, in fact, would it impact Social Security? Let me explain really quickly because it's probably not really what you're thinking. Let me throw this out there. Where does Social Security get all of its money from? You know this because you watch the videos here on the channel and you know where the money comes from. It comes from Social Security payroll taxes, right? So when you go out there and you're working, whether you're employed, you're self-employed, whatever it happens to be, there's a 12.4% tax on every dollar that is earned, from an employee, things like this, right? Basically, every dollar that's earned is taxed by 12.4%. 6.2% is paid by the employee, 6.2% is paid by the employer, or if you're self-employed, you get to pay all of it, but it's 12.4%. So every $1 that's earned, 12 cents, 12.4 cents, yeah, there you go, okay? 12.4 cents is taken out of every dollar and given to Social Security. What do they do with it? It goes right into the trust fund, and effectively, it goes right back out to the beneficiaries, okay, in the form of monthly benefits. But here's the problem. Social Security gets well over $1 trillion a year from payroll taxes. In other words, money that is, basically taxed out of paychecks and then is put into the trust fund. That's where Social Security gets well over $1 trillion, or the biggest income generator for Social Security, right? So here's the thing. Just imagine this. Let's just say, in theory, let's just say that, I don't know, 20% of jobs are replaced by AI, which I honestly don't think that's too far-fetched. In the next 5-10 years or something like that, I would not be shocked one bit at all to see at least 20% of our jobs completely replaced by AI, sophisticated computers, technology, automation, robotics, whatever it happens to be. Basically, machines doing the work that humans once did. Wouldn't be shocked at all to see 20% of our jobs gone. Well, here's the problem. When somebody, a human, is out there working, earning an income, they're getting paid, and they are paying again, the employee and the employer are paying the combined 12.4% tax. That goes into Social Security to pay basically out to beneficiaries in the form of benefits. But here's the thing. Let's just say that 20% of our workforce is replaced by AI. That, as of right now, would be about 36 million jobs, roughly. There's about 186 million people in this country that are currently working, okay? Give or take a little bit. That's about what it is right now, okay? So that'd be about roughly 36 million jobs that'd be gone if 20% of our jobs were replaced by AI. What does that mean? That means that 36 million people are not out there working, are not earning an income, and not paying the 12.4% tax. That simply means that a lot less money is coming into the Social Security Trust Fund through payroll taxes. That's a bad situation because the only way the Social Security stays afloat right now is through payroll taxes. They can't do it by tax and benefits. They can't do it by the interest that they get on the trust fund. That only generates about $100 billion a year, which sounds like a lot of money, honestly, but it's not going to be nearly how much they need, which, by the way, quick side note, Social Security pays out over $100 billion a month in benefits. That's nuts. $100 billion a month is how much goes out the door to Social Security beneficiaries. They bring in about $1.3 trillion a year in total through payroll taxes, taxation of benefits, and on the interest of the money in the trust fund, about 1.3 trillion, okay? So the bulk of that is from payroll taxes. So if we were to see a massive hit to the number of people employed and in the workforce paying payroll taxes, yeah, that's going to directly impact Social Security because here's what happens. Less money coming into the trust fund means that, now the trust fund runs insolvent or runs dry significantly faster. It means that benefits are then automatically cut if lawmakers don't do something about that. And then we see anywhere between about a 17 and a 21% cut to benefits based on the most recent numbers as of now. You see how all this flies? Yeah, exactly. Massively disruptive to Social Security. Now, when I said earlier, I said something about if they implement new taxes, okay? There has been this discussion. Nothing has come of it yet, but they have talked about this. Is that, hey, if these computers and robots and AI are taking the jobs from humans, they should have a tax implemented on them, okay? Now, here's what they're talking about. They've talked about implementing a federal tax on these basically robots that are taking the jobs from humans. Did they talk about a Social Security tax? Well, it kind of depends. Would a Social Security tax be wrapped into the federal tax collected on these robots and computers? Really good question. I didn't see anything about that specifically, but if they were to allow this to happen, and if they did not implement any kind of tax on this, I'm going to be fair with you, I don't foresee them doing anything like this, allowing this to happen without a tax. They're going to implement some kind of tax. I mean, that is like their signature. For lawmakers, tax it. Add another tax, right? That's all they ever do. That's all they can ever think about. So I would not be shocked one bit if they add a tax on this. But could we go years without this happening? Absolutely. Until it gets to the point where it's all of a sudden like, we have so many of these jobs being replaced and taken away by robotics. Now we've got to do something. But this is where this is coming in. And exactly what Suze Orman is talking about here is that AI will disrupt Social Security because they get, again, the bulk of their income from payroll taxes. And if we see a huge percent of our population our workforce being replaced by computers and robots and whatever, then guess what? That tax is not coming in. This means that insolvency hits significantly faster, and the cuts to benefits may be even more dramatic than what they're projecting right now, because if they don't have the tax coming in, remember what this happens. When we hit insolvency, what happens? Do benefits stop? No. They get a reduction of anywhere between about 17 and 21% as of right now, and that would just be based on tax revenues. Let's just say the tax revenues drop by 20% or 30% or whatever it happens to be. Then guess what happens? Less money to go out to the beneficiaries. So the cuts to benefits as well may be significantly higher as well, simply because less money coming in means less money they can push out. Kind of see what I'm saying here? So yeah, this is where we're coming at. And again, I agree. Yes, AI will disrupt Social Security. Is it coming in massively right now? No, not yet. But will it in the next 5 years? I would definitely bet on that 100% that yes, it will directly impact Social Security in a massive way, especially the amount of money that they're bringing in through payroll taxes definitely will be impacted because I mean, here's the thing. AI is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Robotics, technology, automation, this is all coming, and it's only going to get more sophisticated. It's only going to get smarter, and it's only going to get implemented even more across more industries the more that we move into the future, which is why also they continue to talk about universal basic income, guaranteed basic income, universal high income, all those that I talk about go on and on, because basically people need an income floor. Make sense? Anyway, I could sit here and talk about this for a long time, but I hope this helps you out to understand this and to understand what's going on and how we may all be impacted by some degree about this, okay? As of right now, please do not worry about this. Nothing to be worried about right now. But if we fast forward 5 years, I'm going to say, yep, we probably need to have some changes coming in here. Otherwise, we will see dramatic changes to Social Security as a whole because of this. So anyway, hope this helps you. Please subscribe down below. If I can ask a huge, huge favor of you, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please just subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for being here. Also, do you know 1 or 2 people that you can think of that may benefit from this information here in the video or any other 5,000 videos here on the channel? If so, will you please make sure to share this video with them? Again, share button right down below. Thank you. Really appreciate that as well. Also, feel free to like the video, thumbs up button, right? Yeah, like the video, thumbs up. Otherwise, check out the well over 5,000 videos in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description at the top of the comment section, and right now showing up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Please just have a nice day. Enjoy, and I'll see you again soon.